Tom McCarthy does a tremendous job covering the Phillies for their TV broadcast, now doing the radio there in Arizona with the team. Tom, thanks for being with us. Let's talk about the outing from Brandon Pfaadt yesterday. What did he do so well to neutralize such a powerful Phillies offense?
You know, I think he kept the ball down, and he also kept it moving. I thought his ball moved amazingly well. He had a lot of swings and misses. In fact, it was dominant, his swings and misses. The Phillies haven't faced a pitcher that's done that to them in the last several games. So I thought that was huge. It was really funny listening to all the fans boo Torey Lovullo when he took him out of the game after 5 2/3. They did help him. You just saw that swing and miss by Bryson Stott. That was out of the zone. The one by Trey Turner was out of the zone, but that's also because he was in the zone so much. So I was really impressed. I did not expect him to be as strong as he was yesterday.
I know that when both of the starters came out of the game, my colleagues on the alternate broadcast over here at TBS were not too happy about that.
I can imagine.
Rob Thompson taking out Suarez and Torey Lovullo taking out Brandon Pfaadt after not relatively a quick hook, but still they were dominating.
You know, I guess I'm so used to it now in baseball. It doesn't surprise me. I do agree with what Pedro said yesterday when he was with you. The game has taken on a different life over these last 5 to 10 years. I always thought that, after the Tampa Bay Rays took out Blake Snell in the World Series against the Dodgers, that maybe everybody had learned their lesson to ride the hot hand, but they haven't. It worked for the Diamondbacks. Obviously, it didn't for the Phillies because they wound up losing the game. But I wasn't surprised by it, and I just think it's the way baseball is now. I mean, think about this, Alana. We've got a bullpen game in Game 4 of the National League Championship Series for the Arizona Diamondbacks. 10 years ago, you would never have heard of that unless, of course, it was the Tampa Bay Rays. But that's what we have, and that's the state of baseball right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, unless it was the Rays with the opener, if you will, Tom. Okay, Christian Sanchez on the hill tonight for the Philadelphia Phillies. A very solid 3.44 ERA in the regular season, but this will be his first postseason start. What does he need to do to be effective against these D-backs? What's his strength?
Well, downward plane of his changeup, honestly, Alana. It was so good this year. He was such a breath of fresh air because the Phillies needed a number 5 starter. At times, they needed a number 4 starter, and he did that. You see that pitch right there to Alonso? That was a huge pitch for him, that changeup. Look at this movement on it. It goes down so easily, and then he's able to complement it with a great fastball, too. Now, he has not started a game since October 24th. That was against the Mets, and he was really good in that game. He hasn't appeared in a game since the Mets on October 30th. Yesterday, I will be ready for this game, so I anticipate that he'll be okay.
Craig Kimbrell gives me a little bit of pause, Tom. I don't know how you feel about it. Obviously, this guy's probably going to the Hall of Fame, but recently I just feel like I look up and there's traffic on the bases. What are you noticing from him?
I think command is the biggest thing, Alana. I think that's the case for a lot of relief pitchers of his ilk. I think, you look at some of these pitches that they're going to show right now. Some of them are too far out of the strike zone. Now, that one of Pavin Smith was in the strike zone. This one just missed. He didn't get a couple of calls, but that's not an excuse that even he wants to hear. I just think it's command of the fastball more than anything else. And I think there were times when he had it yesterday, but for the most part, it put him into precarious counts.
Tom, Chris Russo needs to see something else from the Diamondbacks, even up the series, and then he'll start talking about how this could be a competitive series. But it's a tall order because they would probably have to win the next, 2 games at home and then try to steal a game, obviously, in Philadelphia. Is that a possibility? Do you think the Diamondbacks really can force the issue?
Yes, I thought the Phillies would win this in 5. I'm going to stay with that right now. I think that there is an advantage. There is an advantage for the Phillies, even with Wheeler and Nola going in 5 and 6. But don't forget, the Diamondbacks, if they can get through today's game and somehow pick up a victory, they've got Gallen to go in game 5, and then they've got Merrill Kelly to go in game 6. So I still think the Phillies in 5 is a comfortable selection. And if it happens to get back to Citizens Bank Park, I'm even more comfortable because of the way the ballpark has just been a feeding frenzy against the opposition.
And you figure, too, that both Gallen and Merrill Kelly didn't have the best outings. They didn't pitch horribly.
They did not.
But they didn't have the best outings in Philadelphia. What do you think that the Phillies lineup learned from those 2 particular starts?
Well, I think that they understood what the tendencies were for Zach Gallen as far as the amount of fastballs that he threw, particularly when Kyle Schwarber led off the bottom of the first inning with a home run. It was 36 fastballs to 36 leadoff hitters in a game. So I don't know if they'll see that again, but I just think they're comfortable with that kind of a style pitcher. He's very good. There's no doubt about that. But this is a team that, if you throw fastballs without movement, consistent movement, you're going to be hard-pressed to get them out. I think yesterday Brandon Pfaadt had consistent movement, and I think that was one of the reasons why he was able to prevail.
Yeah, Zach Gallen, a Philly area kid, could be possibly on the hill for the Arizona Diamondbacks after this bullpen game. Tom McCarthy, we appreciate it. Look forward to listening to your call on the radio for the Phils.
All right, thanks, Alana.